I was still recording for the Netspin video. I'm going to have to edit that out. But yeah. But like I was saying, tier list. Ignore everything that. Hold on. Let me just put it back. Let me reverse everything that I was just saying because the YouTube video didn't hear it. All right, boom. We're doing a tier list of what's the best Cartoon Network show of all time. Boom. Here is the list of shows that they have. We have 63 cartoons. It don't even look like 63 cartoons, but from what they're giving us, this looks like a bunch of cartoons. Okay? A bunch of cartoons to choose from. If I had to pick, let's not do from the top. Because at first I was doing it from the top, but that kind of reveals that ruins the shock value. You're supposed to reel the viewers in. Keep them entertained so you can get the most money on. You feel me? You got to keep them entertained. Keep them watching the whole 10-minute vid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for my least favorite cartoons on this list. The bottom of the barrel cartoons that I would never watch to the best cartoons on this list. Now, I'm only going to be going off cartoons that I've actually watched and I can tell you about. I have not watched enough of Foster's to tell you about Foster's. I have not watched any of Mike, Lou, and Og to tell you about it. Mixels, I know about Mixels though. Mixels was type tough. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna give Mixels C. It don't get the attention it deserves, but it's okay though. Powerpuff Girls. Where does this show? This is an S tier show. When I was little and this would come on in the nighttime, high key, I'm watching that. But I'm not going to say it's the best show on Cartoon Network because it wasn't. It had its fair share of flaws. It was quite outdated while I was watching it. So I'm going to put it, I can't put it anything below C tier because Powerpuff Girls is above Mixels. But then again, B tier, I don't know. Should I put... Yeah, I don't want to glaze too much too early. I'm going to put Powerpuff Girls top of C tier in terms of Cartoon Network shows. What other shows did I watch? We Bare Bears? Bro, We Bare Bears was S tier, bro. I don't care what you say. That might be too much to... I don't know. B? Is that disrespectful to We Bare Bears if I put it at B? I just can't remember any outstandingly mid episodes like that. We Bare Bears was always nice, but it wasn't too crazy. So I'm going to put it at B. But when I see something else that I like, I'm going to reevaluate this list and try to go off of that. But so far right now, I'm going to leave We Bare Bears at B. We Bare Bears is B tier. A B tier show on Cartoon Network. What else? What else did I watch on this whole list? I don't think I watched the Clone Wars. Steven Universe. See, my thing about Steven Universe is it was good starting off. It was. But it went on a super long hiatus. And during that hiatus, bro, Cartoon Network was ruining the Steven Brand image. I said Steven Brand. Cartoon Network was ruining the Steven Universe brand image by just spamming random episodes in the most random order. You couldn't even watch the show for I don't know, bro. I don't know what they were doing. They kind of ruined Steven Universe for me. And I never ended up watching Steven Universe Future. So I'm not going to say Steven Universe is a bad show. If Steven Universe would have stayed on the straight and narrow and not gone on such long of a hiatus and just stayed from season to season episode, and if they aired the episodes in order, Steven Universe would be like at least A tier. Compared to all these other shows, it's got to be A tier. But I can't put it S tier because it has so many flaws. It did have a lot of flaws, and we can't deny that. It had a lot of flaws. It wasn't perfect. S tier is for perfect only. See, now, a lot of people going to hate me for this one right here. Uncle Grandpa. I could put this in S tier if I wanted to. Uncle Grandpa was a good show. This was brain rot before brain rot. I could turn Uncle Grandpa on and not be mad. When Uncle Grandpa came on, I was never mad. Or I never switched the channel because Uncle Grandpa's on. Let me change to a different. Like, you feel me? And I feel like that deserves some type of recognition. But I'm not gonna put it above Steven Universe because let's be real, Steven Universe and Uncle Grandpa. If we did a poll on what's the best show, obviously more people gonna go for Steven Universe. But Uncle Grandpa was not a bad show. I might have to put Uncle Grandpa. We Bear Bears and Uncle Grandpa might be on the same level, low key. For me. We Bear Bears and Uncle Grandpa is on the same level for me. Now, what else on here? Dexter's Laboratory. Boy, this show was fire when I was little. This show was fire. This show was tough. This was one of my favorite shows when I was little. Dexter's Lab was always hits. Like, I'm not gonna. I think that might be the first S tier. Of all these shows, that might be the first S tier. Because Dexter's Lab, I couldn't tell you what episode I just hated whenever it came on. Every Dexter's Lab episode just had me like, I was locked into it. Like, I was super immersed, super engaged. I was in it. Like, I was locked into that. Like, literally. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But Dexter's Lab was pretty peak. I'm not going to lie. It was pretty peak. Dexter's Lab was pretty peak. Now, what would be the worst show on this list that I've watched? Annoying Orange, gotta be. I'm not gonna lie. Annoying Orange was just brain rot. It was really just brain rot. It was internet brain rot from 2014. The show didn't age well like any of these other shows up here. See, Powerpuff Girls, that's good cartoons. I gotta give it more credit. I don't want to put it at S tier because it wasn't S tier. I wasn't a Powerpuff Girls type of dude. You feel me? It was kind of zesty to watch Powerpuff Girls growing up, but it was a good show though. So I'm going to put Powerpuff Girls third place in B rank. But it's better than Mixels. So I'm like, could they get an A? Are Powerpuff Girls above We Bear Bears in terms of... I'm going to put it in the middle. I feel like that's a good place to put it. They deserve some type of respect, so I'm going to give it to them. You feel me? I'm going to give it to them. So I'm going to put them in the middle. I'm not going to put them all the way at S, and I'm not going to put them like at C, because that's type crazy. I'm not going to lie. But I'm going to put them in the middle. I feel like that's a worthy enough rating for them. You feel me? I feel like that's not too bad. Not too shabby. So I'm going to go with that. Now, the next show. Johnny Bravo. I rock with Johnny Bravo. I'm not going to lie. Johnny Bravo taught me how to riz. That's probably why I'm single. But Johnny Bravo got to be up there. I don't think there was ever a Johnny Bravo episode that missed. These old shows, I'm telling you, bro. These old OG Cartoon Network shows, Dexter's Lab, Johnny Bravo. The shows that have 2 words as the title, low-key all go crazy. I mean, except for Annoying Orange. But the Powerpuff Girls is 3 words. You feel me? Powerpuff Girls. Steven Universe. And that's why it's so high on the list. If you got 2 words as your title, for some reason, it just makes your show that much better. I don't know why. You feel me? I don't know why. It's just how it goes. It's just how it goes. Now, what else is on here that I've watched? Flapjack. I rock with Flapjack. I'll put Flapjack at A. Would I say that Flapjack is above Steven Universe? No, I wouldn't. But would I say that Flapjack is above We Bear Bears in terms of keeping me engaged? Yes, I would. I was a weird cartoon type of guy. That's just me. Personally. That's just me. Next. Out of all of these, there's got to be another F amongst these shows. Annoying Orange can't be the only F. It can't be. It can't be. I never watched some of these shows though. That's the only thing. I think we just. I think we already weeded out all the bad shows. Uh. Oh yeah, Craig of the Creek. Craig of the Creek is a more later show, so I'm not really going to give it too much like hate or anything, because it was a more later show. But ah, Craig of the Creek was all right. I'm not going out of my way to watch Craig of the Creek, but when it came on, I'm not terribly ups. Nah, I'm like, I'm not. I'm lying. I'm lying. I'm lying. I might have to put Craig of the Creek at D. Compared to all of these shows that I'm got up here, it didn't have that big of an impact on my childhood for real. It was just It was like filler. It just felt like filler. OKKO. I put OKKO at C on top of Mixels. I put OKKO on top of Mixels. OKKO was a good show. I'll put it at the top of C. I can't put it at the bottom of B yet because I feel like it's going to be a lot of B tier shows. Cartoon Network has a bunch of B tier shows. Now, Mighty Magiswords. Good shows. Oh, I don't know where to put it, but C tier. Mighty Magiswords wasn't up there with Uncle Grandpa and Powerpuff Girls. Let me chill. But is We Bare Bear really better than Powerpuff Girls? Is that this? I'm tripping. Yeah. Let me put We Bare Bears way lower. Dang, this is kind of difficult. I don't know, bro. I don't know. All right. I'm gonna just stay with this. This is pretty good. All right, bet. What's the next show? Apple and Onion. If you know, you know. But Apple and Onion is a pretty good show. But it's not. I fell asleep watching Apple and Onion before. So I'm going to have to put it C tier. But I rock with Apple and Onion more than OKKO. In the Big 25, I probably turn on Apple and Onion before I turn on OKKO. And all these other shows. So I'm going to put it above them. I've watched that show out of my own will more recently than all three of these. So that means it's obviously better for a C tier. I don't know what show this is. Billy and Mandy. See, I never watched Billy and Mandy growing up. You might look at me crazy, but I'm a youngin', bro. I never watched Billy and Mandy growing up. That's like a more old head show to me, personally. Same with Foster's. So all the shows that are popular, but I never really watched growing up, I'm going to put them down here at the bottom. Samurai Jack. I didn't really watch it like that for me to even put it on this rating board for real, bro. Because I didn't really watch it like that. I never really watched it growing up. So if I didn't watch it, I'm not putting it on the board because I'm not going to give it an unfair rating just because I haven't watched it. So out of respect for Samurai Jack, I know it's got a lot of fans. But based off the fact that I didn't personally watch a bunch of Samurai Jack as a kid, I can't put it on the board. Now, here's where we get into the stuff that I've actually have watched a lot of. Teen Titans Go. Where do we put this on the board? Is this a B? It's a B tier show for sure. Because you got to really think about it. Teen Titans Go is a parody of Teen Titans. And you can't put a parody show at A because it's literally a troll show. It's like they're making fun of a show that already existed. And it's a whole show based off of being a fake version of a real. You know what I'm saying? So I can't give it S tier. It can't be S tier. It is one of the most popular cartoons on Cartoon Network, partly because that's all they freaking air nowadays, but I can't put it at S tier. I can't do it. Because Teen Titans Go got some brain rot episodes where I watch it and I'm like, bro, what did I even just watch? That was terrible. But then it's got some good episodes in there too where I was like, dang, that was a banger song that you sang right there, Beast Boy. Or dang, I can't believe that happened to Silky. Or dang, Raven going through it this episode. Or dang, Robin tweaking. You feel me? So it did have some episodes and moments like that where I would be actually invested. So I can't say it was bad. So I'm going to put it at the top of B. I'm gonna put it at the top of B. Now, what else? What else? Teen Titans, OG Teen Titans. I'm gonna keep it real. I never really watched it. You might look at me crazy. This would be the perfect time for me to put on the soundboard the Vine Boom sound effect, but I never really watched OG Teen Titans. That's just me personally. It wasn't really my speed growing up. It really wasn't. It really wasn't my speed. But now I'm seeing all the shows that I have watched. And it's getting to that point where it's like, we about to have to get to the top 5. We about to have to get to the top 5. No. Kids Next Door. This is good shows. I can't put it C tier. I can't put it behind. Can I put it behind Powerpuff Girls? I got to. It didn't really get as much airtime as it deserved, but it was a good show. But I cannot, in good faith, put it above Powerpuff Girls because that's kind of crazy. Or Teen Titans Go, even though Teen Titans Go was so trash. But at the same time, Teen Titans Go is still kind of good. I just wouldn't say that Kids Next Door matches that same energy as Powerpuff Girls or Teen Titans Go. But it can outdo a show like Uncle Grandpa and We Bare Bears. So I'm going to leave it at there. Middle of B tier. Middle of B tier. It sounds harsh to call it a B tier show, but realistically, that's what it was. It wasn't a main hitter on Cartoon Network for real. The main hitters, we knew the main hitters back then. So, Okay. Regular show. Now this one, I know this one's going to get some people mad, bro. Regular show, to me, it was type regular, bro. That's a bar. Hold on. That's a bar. I'm spitting. But, yo, regular show was actually type regular to me. Like, it wasn't that crazy. I know it sounds crazy, but regular show was not that crazy to me. Like, me personally, regular show was like one of those filler shows to me. Like, I never really, like, was going super crazy over regular show, but I'd watch it. I'd watch a regular show episode over Uncle Grandpa episode and a We Bare Bears episode. I'd do it. But Kids Next Door over regular show, would I do that? I really got to think back to little me. Lock in. Would you watch Kids Next Door over? Nah, I'm going to keep it real. I could barely even tell you the premise of a Kids Next Door episode, except for that they were children's spies. But it was fire, though, when I was growing up. But I could barely tell you a premise. I could probably tell you a couple premises of regular show episodes. So I'm going to have to put it above just because of that. But then again, I could barely tell you a couple episodes from Powerpuff Girls, but it's iconic. Everything about that show is iconic. The enemies, Mojo Jojo. You feel me? That one red devil dude with the claws on his hands, bro. Bro, they got so many iconic supervillains, bro. So I'm going to have to keep them up there, bro. This laid the groundwork for Teen Titans, just letting you know. But I put Teen Titans above it because Teen Titans is just more my humor. More humorous. And I'm more of a funny type guy, you feel me? But, all right, now we getting into like the real top 5. Amazing World of Gumball, S tier. S tier. I got to put it over Dexter's Lab and Johnny Bravo. I'm just keeping it real. That's an S tier show right there. Next, Ed, Edd n Eddy. I didn't really watch Ed, Edd n Eddy. Sorry, but I have to put it bottom right here. I'm going to leave it here because I never really watched it. And I don't want to disgrace it to all the people who did watch it. So I'm not going to speak on it, but I heard it's good. This whole bottom row, I didn't really watch for real. Like this whole bottom row right here, starting from Foster's Home. I've watched an episode of each one of these shows. At least. But I can't really speak on it because I don't know too much about the plots and everything that makes that show that show. You feel me? so I can't really speak on these shows too much. So I'm gonna leave them here. But I know that people regard these shows as the greatest shows on Cartoon Network. I know that. It just wasn't my great. Okay? It can be your great, but it just wasn't my great. Chowder. I rock with Chowder. I watch Chowder over a regular show. I rock with Chowder is a good show. But it just rarely came on back in the day, bro. For some odd reason. It just rarely came on. But I rock with Chowder. Next. What do we have here? Folks? Ben Tennyson. Ben 10. I'm going to keep it real. Ben 10. You probably go after regular show. Probably. In my opinion. That's a B-tier show. Ben 10 don't went too crazy. If episodes of TV shows, I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, if I'm watching cable and this is the lineup for the day, which shows would I be waiting for the most realistically to come on? I'll probably wait for Gumball the most out of all of these. I'll probably wait for Gumball the most. And all of these are maybe I'll put Flapjack too high. I'm gonna put Flapjack over Chowder, but they're in the same place. I probably wait for, in order of which shows I would wait for to come on as a kid, I'll wait for Gumball. I'll wait for Dexter's Lab. I'll wait for Johnny Bravo. I'll wait for Steven Universe. I'll wait for Teen Titans Go. I'll wait for Powerpuff Girls. I'll probably wait for Flapjack. And then from here on out, I'll probably wait. And then from here on out, I wouldn't really wait for it, but if it came on and if it just happened to be on and there was nothing else good on, I thoroughly enjoy this compared to the competition, aka Nickelodeon and what's it called? Like if Apple and Onion was on and all they had on Nickelodeon was an old rerun of Nicky, Ricky, Dicky, and Dawn, I'd probably watch Apple and Onion. I'm gonna just keep it real. And same with all these other shows. You feel me? Same with all these other shows. But Craig of the Creek and Annoying Orange, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not waiting for them shows to come on. And if they come on, I'm probably turning them off. But Craig of the Creek is not an F tier like Annoying Orange. Annoying Orange is literally, it's in the name. It's annoying, bro. The whole purpose of the show is to annoy you. It's an F tier show. It's not a good show, bro. It's not a good show. Okay. Now the rest of these shows I ain't watched down here for real. So we going up to the top list up here. Infinity Train, I didn't really watch like that, but I heard it's good. So I'm gonna put it at that bottom row. So give it, you know what I'm saying? So I can give it its respect. What else? Generator Rex, I heard it's good, but I never watched it at all. My Gym Partner's a Monkey. I've heard of it, but I don't think I've watched it. Robotomy, never heard of it, never watched it. Secret Mountain Fort Awesome, I think I've heard of it, but never watched it. Sheep in the Big City, don't think I've ever watched it or heard of it. Squirrel Boy, don't think I've ever watched it or heard of it. Star Wars, I probably watched it. I watched a lot of Star Wars growing up as a kid. I was a nerd. But I don't know if I don't remember the show off this logo alone. So just for that, I'm gonna put it here at the bottom row with the rest of them to pay respects. But I don't really know the show like that. You feel me? And now we getting up to this top 5 list. Cow and Chicken. I watched it, but I'm not going to give it a rating because I don't feel like it deserves one for real. It's a good show, but I shouldn't put it on this list because it's just like I haven't watched enough of it. I don't know it like that. But now it's the shows that I know. We getting into the last 3, folks. The last 3 on my list. Courage the Cowardly Dog. Where do I put this? It's above Annoying Orange. It's above Craig of the Creek. It's above Mixels. It's above Magisaurs. It's above OKKO. It's above Apple and Onion. But is it above We Bare Bears? No, it's not. I'll put Courage at the bottom of B tier. I don't think Courage is really messing with any of the shows that's really above it. For real. In terms of substance. So I feel like that's a good placement for it. Clarence. I ain't gonna lie, Clarence, that was my stuff. Clarence and Steven Universe, A tier shows. I can't put them at S. I can't. Because there's some episodes that just make me want to fry my brains out because they're just like, what is going on right now? What's happening? Steven Universe, some episodes just made me want to fry my brains out because really what's going on, like what's happening. I don't get it. It's not making any sense to me. It's not enjoyable. Same thing with Clarence. But Clarence really just has a couple fever dream episodes that really make you like wonder, why am I watching this? Why did they make this episode of this cartoon? Why is this a cartoon? Like Clarence had a couple episodes like that where you just really just couldn't. You just couldn't. It was just weird. Overly weird. But it was still one of the best shows growing up. And I would watch it every time. If Clarence was coming on, I'm probably watching it. No, I said probably. I'm waiting for it. Or I'm watching it. If Clarence is coming on and one of these shows is on before Clarence, I'm waiting for one of these shows to be done all the way through and waiting for Clarence to air back in the cable days. I'm not going to lie. I am. I'm doing that. All right. Now, next. We just did Courage the Cowardly Dog, Clarence, Adventure Time, S tier. Best show on Cartoon Network by far. Best show on Cartoon Network by far. And let me tell you why. Out of all these shows here, all of them, out of all of these shows here, all of them, every single one of them, you can look at every single one of these shows. Which one of these shows has a character that's iconic as Jake the dog? I'll wait. Which one of these shows has an antagonist that's iconic as Ice King? I'll wait. You feel me? Princess Bubblegum. I'll wait. Finn the Human. I'll wait. You feel me? Like it's just a lot. There's so much packed into Adventure Time. It's just too good for me to not put it S tier. Adventure Time's an S tier show. Best show to ever come out of Cartoon Network by far. If you got a problem with it, I don't know what to tell you. But it is the best show. I can't tell you like why. You're going to have to watch for yourself. It took me until me growing up and really going back and watching every episode. Like, I grew up, right? I was like 15, 16. Had my first job. You feel me? I would come home from work every day. Bored. Nothing to watch on Hulu. I see Adventure Time. I'm like, oh yeah. Adventure Time never really aired like that. But whenever it did air, I would watch it. The episodes just didn't really make any sense to me because a lot of the times they were out of order. But the few times the episodes were in order, like three episodes in order in a row, it would make sense to me. And I would connect the dots and I'd be like, yo, this story is low-key getting kind of fire. But then the TV schedule would go to remixing the show and putting random seasons and all the episodes out of order. So it wouldn't really be good. But once you go back and watch Adventure Time in order, best show on Cartoon Network by far. I'm putting it above Steven. I'm putting it above Clarence. I'm putting it above Gumball. I'm putting it above Dexter. I'm putting it above Johnny. I'm putting it above everything below this list. By far. I get passionate about Adventure Time, bro. That's my show. I need a statue or something. I need some type of memorabilia for Adventure Time because that's probably my favorite cartoon ever. If not, it's like my top 5. Adventure Time is banging. That's that stuff, bro. That is that stuff. For real. And out of all of these other shows, let me really look closely. Yeah. I didn't really watch any of these other shows like that compared to Adventure Time, but yeah. I'm going to keep it a buck. Yeah, this is my list. This is my list. This is my official cartoon tier list. Cartoon Network show tier list. Which were the best cartoons on Cartoon Network? I feel like this list was pretty good. Mind you, I'm born in 2005. So if you come at me that I didn't know Class of 3000 or Evil Con Carne or Grim and Evil or Sheep in the Big City or Secret Mountain for Awesome or freaking Heroes of Pure Heart. If you come at me that I didn't know Megas, XLR, or Mike, Lou and OG, or Squirrel Boy, or I've heard of Summer Camp Island. I know Summer Camp Island, but I just didn't watch enough. But if you coming at me because I didn't watch Sub-Bionic Titan growing up, or The Secret Saturdays, or Problem Solvers, whatever that is, or freaking whatever happened to Robot Jones, you can't get mad at me, bro. I was born 2000, the mighty 2005, November. So you can't really get mad at me. You can't. Or Camp Lazlo. I heard of Camp Lazlo. I watched a video recapping what happened in Camp Lazlo and how it was a crazy plot twist and everything, but I never watched the show myself, so I can't put it on the list. But yeah, you can't come at me for not watching all these shows because, come on, bro. First off, I didn't have cable my whole life, so these older shows that are on this list, I wouldn't have seen them unless I had cable my whole life. I didn't get cable until I was like probably 4 or 5. Before that, it was straight PBS Kids. You know what I'm saying? We were watching Cubo. All that. All that. Government programming, bro. For real. Government programming. That's all we was watching. We did not have cable. We was watching satellite television, buddy. But this is it, bro. My official Cartoon Network cartoon list. I feel like it's fire. I feel like this very oriful list. Like, this is fire. I like this list. It's not a bad list. It's not. If you got a problem with this list, you got a problem with yourself, not me. Because something's wrong with you if you don't like this list, bro. You got a problem with yourself, not me. Like, this is a good list. Amazing list. I must say. I did pop off. I did. But if you like this video, then make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And tell me what you want to see next, what you want to see more of. I really like this. I had a lot of fun doing this. You feel me? Amazing tier list. This is probably the best tier list that was ever created of all time. Because, like, I mean, look at it, bro. Like, who's really messing with this tier list? Nobody. I feel like this is the perfect tier list. In my eyes, this is the perfect tier list. You feel me? But like I said, if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends. Let your friends know, oh man, this dude, he can't rate. He got the worst tier list. Or let them know, man, I'm not going to I agree with this tier list wholly, 100%. This guy knows what he's talking about. So just let them know. You feel me? But yeah, with that being said, I'm out of here. Peace.